All right, welcome back. In this episode, we are going to talk about why you can't relax, why rest and relaxation feels impossible for you, why it feels so hard for you, why you can't meditate, why you don't feel safe sitting still. My name is Gianna Badeau. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, one on one coach, meditation teacher, and guide. And if this episode hits home for you and you feel you need some deeper support to be on this episode, make sure you check out the resources that are linked for you in the notes below. All right, let's dive into it. Why can't you sit still no matter how hard you try or how many times you do it? Why does it feel so painful for you to just chill and relax? Well, let's just start off by saying that relaxation sounds fun and easy, but for some people, it's just not. And the reason why this is because of your subconscious programming. You have been programmed to be in hustle mode, to go, 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 that moving and going and constantly working and getting things done is how you stay safe in the world. It is how you prove your worth in the world. It is how you protect yourself from feeling and coming close to feelings that maybe you don't want to feel. And this isn't behavior that you just picked up yesterday. You learned to operate this way from the adult figures that you had around you in your life growing up. You have learned that relaxation, that rest, that stillness isn't safe for you, isn't something that you can do, isn't something that anyone should ever do. If you sit still, then maybe you may feel like you're being lazy. And while there, yes, are times when you can sit and be lazy, and it certainly is considered laziness, there is a big difference between taking time for stillness and grounding and relaxation and being just straight out simply lazy. Like, for example, if you are just sitting on the couch all day, numbing out, watching Netflix, and again, we've all been there where we've binged Netflix. I'm not saying this is something you could never do, but if you do this all of the time, then yes, that is laziness. But if you're taking time to read a book, to get a massage, to meditate, that's not laziness. That is recharging. That is self care. That is how you are choosing to reset from all the chaos and craziness that is happening around you in your life. And you may be thinking, well, I don't have time for that. Listen, everyone has time to recharge and reset and make time for themselves. It's lazy of you to not make time for yourself. Because if you don't relax and you're always go, 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 and you're always in hustle mode, that is how you end up burning out. And so, the reason why this likely doesn't feel safe for you, there's a few reasons. One, you learned that to feel worthy and confident, that you need to constantly be in hustle mode and working and achieving and doing. And that is how you prove your self worth to yourself and to others every single day. Two, your parents made it feel like you were lazy if you rested. And today it doesn't feel safe for you to rest. And three, it doesn't feel safe for you to rest because when you rest, you feel these feelings and emotions that you actually want to run from. That's why you're always on the move because you don't want to feel what's inside. And again, you may know this on a conscious level that you're running from feelings and emotions, and you know that maybe you have some grief or some heartache or some things that you don't want to face or feel. So you're constantly keeping yourself busy and you're not resting because when you're resting, that's when you're feeling, and you consciously know you're making this decision. Or on the other hand, you may not even realize that you're doing this, that you're running from trauma that needs to be healed, that you're running from emotions that need to be felt. And you're constantly keeping yourself in go, 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 hustle mode because you don't want to feel. And unconsciously, your subconscious has learned that this is how it protects you. This is how it keeps you safe in the world. This is how it keeps you from crashing out and burning down because, hey, you may fear that if you start to feel things, you could stop. You could not be able to get back up at all. You may get stuck in it. And the truth is, you're stuck in it already. And by not feeling it is only making it worse. Eventually, you will have to feel it, what you push down eventually must come up. So if you feel like, okay, I am pushing through life and I am keeping myself busy because I don't want to feel and I don't want to focus on XYZ, just know eventually you will need to focus on it, whether it's now or at a later point. What you push down always, always comes back up. It always resurfaces. And often, the longer you wait, the harder it is to heal through that. You can always heal through it. You can heal through anything, no matter how many years you wait. But the longer you wait, the harder and more challenging that healing can actually become. So you're better off just dealing with it and moving through it and processing it as soon as you can, as soon as you're ready. And I say ready. Sometimes we never really feel ready. As soon as you feel like it's time, you may not have this voice in your head saying, hey, I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to walk through the mud and face all this stuff. But in your heart, it's this feeling of knowing I need to work through this. It's time. So when you get to that point, just work through it. Just begin the process, get some support, hire some help, do the work because you will thank yourself down the road. Doing the work now saves you from a lifetime of pain, suffering, and agony later on. So that's why it is probably so hard for you to rest. It's one of those three reasons, whichever one resonates most with you. Maybe you need to take a step back and really think about it and say, hey, this is actually truth for me. And right off the bat, you may resist it. You may not want to admit that this is why you can't relax and be still. It actually is easy for you to just believe that, hey, this is how I am. But it's not just how you are. It's how you've been programmed to be because of things that you've gone through in your life. You're not just programmed to be a robot on autopilot in hustle mode. It's not just how you are, it's how you were programmed to be. And you can reprogram yourself to be someone who actually can sit still. And maybe you're sitting here thinking, well, I don't want to sit still. I like go, 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 go. That's just how I am. Well, what are you hiding from? What don't you want to feel? And how do you think you could operate? And how much better do you actually think you could operate if you chose to be more relaxed? Because here's the truth, I work with high performers at every level, entrepreneurs, corporate leaders, you name it. And this is the true for all. The more relaxed that you are, the more successful you're going to be. Whether you are a CEO, whether you are a mother, whether you are someone who is on a healing journey and has gone through a lot of trauma, the more relaxed you are, the more successful you are naturally going to be, the more money you're naturally going to make, the better relationships you're naturally going to have. Your life will become naturally and automatically better in almost every area of your life if you start to relax. Because the hustle mode, it's not actually helping you. It's not actually supporting you. It's a lie. It's a perceived help. It's fake. And coming into your truth and coming home to your truth is how you awaken. And so being real, raw, and honest with yourself about, hey, this is my programming and this is how I learned to behave and this is why I am the way I am. That is the first step in waking up, in coming home to a state of self-awareness within yourself. That is the definition of awakening. It's becoming aware of the self. It's being honest with yourself. It's being truthful with yourself about the parts of you that need focus, that need support, and where you're not giving it to yourself. So it does not matter if you're someone who has gone through trauma or you're someone who simply is a workhorse and can't sit still. Taking time to slow down is going to benefit you no matter what spectrum you're on. If you have gone through a lot of trauma and you know you need healing, that's going to help you process and heal forward and begin anew and open your life up to a whole new part of yourself, an area of yourself and of your life that you did not even know existed beyond the trauma, beyond the hurt, beyond what you went through. And if you're someone who's a workhorse who can't slow down and thinks that you can't slow down because it's just the way you are, taking time to be still and quiet your mind and actually choose relaxation is going to support you in all of your endeavors, in everything you're doing. You're going to become more successful. So the reason why you can't rest is because you've been programmed to believe, for whatever reason, that resting isn't safe for you. because you may lose your self-worth or you may have to feel things you don't want to feel. And it's time to learn how to gain your self-worth from other things, from yourself, from the truth of who you actually are, not what you do. That's right, I'll say that again. It's time to learn how to claim and feel your self worth based on who you are, not on what you do and what you achieve. And if relaxation doesn't feel safe for you because you don't want to feel what you want to feel, just know eventually you will have to feel it. Just know that what you push down always comes back up. And the longer you hide from it, the harder it's going to feel when it does bubble up. It will bubble up like a volcano of unwanted emotions. So you might as well just deal with it now. This is the path of awakening. Being truthful with yourself, being real, raw, and honest with yourself about what you need, what you've been hiding from, and taking a path forward that allows you to become a more awakened individual who is aware. An awakened individual is aware of themselves, is truthful with themselves, is honest with themselves, makes decisions that actually supports themselves on the deepest level possible. This is how you wake up. It's being honest, real, and raw with yourself about what you actually need, and then being courageous enough to give it to yourself. It doesn't make you weak if you take time to relax. It actually makes you stronger. It's going to make you better. It's going to make you more present, more aware, more focused. All that procrastination goes out the window. All that perfectionism goes out the window. All that overthinking starts to go out the window when you just take time to be, to relax, to chill. And again, this isn't sitting on the couch numbing out. This isn't sitting on the couch scrolling on Instagram or binging Netflix. This is taking time in stillness, spending time with yourself, going outside for a walk without your headphones, just listening to nature, being in nature, going outside and looking at a tree. Simple, right? It's reading a book, a self-development book, something that helps you wake up, see things differently, become more aware, become more awake. Or it's simply just sitting still in quiet with yourself and allowing whatever is there to come up. And if you need support training your mind how to sit still and be quiet with yourself, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you download the Rewired app and start listening to the Rewired meditations. They're going to support you in learning how to be still because you are going to be guided through the process instead of you needing to try to figure it out on your own. So you can check that out below if you feel you need some support in learning how to sit still because you feel I can't meditate or I can't sit still or I can't relax or that's just not me. Everyone needs to chill, especially at this time in the lifetime we're living in. This world is moving way too fast. Our brains barely have an attention span anymore. It's time to slow down. It's time to learn how to sit still, how to be with ourselves, how to be with nature, how to be with our family, and just be present. Come back to the roots. And so, again, if you need deeper support tapping into this, you can check out the resources that are linked for you in the notes below. You can also learn more about how you can work with me one-on-one if it's something that you want to dive into. If you know you have deeper healing from your childhood that you'd love to start working through, it's really important that you actually have support if you want to work through childhood trauma. So you can check out my application below and we can chat more about if working together is a good fit or not right now. All right. If you love this episode, make sure you share it with someone who may need it and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode along this incredible journey. And I'll see you next time.